Hey everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Happy Saturday. Yes, what are we on the 4th, 15th today? Crikey, 15th of January already. A bit halfway to February. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, good to see you, Nathan. Hope you're doing alright. Hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, so what have we got today? Well, hard to see in that top left corner, I must admit, but it's basically the M&S Swiss chocolate selection. Yeah, so can't see it myself here actually. I should have perhaps offset the camera slightly, but there we go. Yeah, but basically, yeah, a selection of Swiss chocolates from M&S, Marks and Spencer, if you don't know. Interesting one. So it says it's got an exclusive selection of what is it? I might have to move this. Can't see what's an exclusive selection or collection of milk, dark, and white chocolates. There we go. So a white chocolate. It says from the chocolatier. I don't know what that means, but there we go. Made in Switzerland, though it says, and of course has to have a load of pictures of mountains if it's a Swiss-related product. Wouldn't be Switzerland without some mountains. Yeah, it's quite. I don't know what to make of this box. Really, it's very minimalist, I think you'd say. It's got some mountains in it. I don't know. I guess it does what it. Does what it needs to do. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Nothing too special. Nothing too special at all. But let's have a look. So we've got some chocolates on the back, of course. As I say again, I'm kind of I can't quite see what I'm showing there, so it's a bit. Normally it's not a problem. I don't know why it's a problem today, but there we go. Maybe I need to move the monitor slightly to one side. I don't know. Might just try and do that actually, just because. As I say, I can't quite. Let's see if we can do it. I'll just see if I moving my. There we go. I might be able to see a bit better now. There we are. Yes, a bit better. Basically, just a bit is my monitor was right behind the camera, so essentially I couldn't see the. I couldn't see what I was actually showing you. Yes, there we are. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so where to start? Well, first of all, I've noticed actually on the bottom here there seems to be. I think it's underneath the cellophane. There's some kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I assume it's chocolate. Yeah, but it's got through down there. So let's have a look. Yeah. All right. Let's get into it anyway. Let's have a look at the calories first of all. So per 100 grams, let's see, 583 calories. So well above the 500 to 550 that chocolate type things generally have, chocolate bars and things. 40.6 grams of fat, 22.3 of which are saturates. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah. Yeah, so well over 50% saturated fat in the fat there. Does it have palm oil in there? It does have palm oil. It's quite distinct as well. You can see palm oil there. Pistachio nuts. Yeah, so it says at the bottom. So again, milk chocolate contains cocoa size 30% minimum, milk size 14% minimum. Dark chocolate contains cocoa size 44% minimum. So that's not too bad. That's a good dark chocolate, I would say, in my eyes. Not too strong. White chocolate tastes milk size 21% minimum. I'm not really sure what's a good white chocolate, to be honest with you. I'm not. It tends often with white chocolate they tend to add a load of stuff in, like either vanilla flavour or other things. So I found that it can be quite. There we go. I thought the brightness was a bit too low. Let me just up the brightness a bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I found the. Yeah, I found with white chocolate they can add things like vanilla into it and stuff like that. So you never truly know for sure sometimes in some bars whether you've got a decent white chocolate or not really. So it can be a bit of a funny one really. You like chocolate biscuits, you say, Nathan? Yeah, see, not too bad chocolate biscuit. I do like them. Depends on the biscuit though. Some are better than others I found, but yeah, chocolate hobnobs. Chocolate hobnobs are my favourite, that's for sure. Very nice indeed. So let's see. I don't know. Yeah, 285 gram box, by the way. I don't think there's a bigger or smaller one. I don't think so anyway, but there might be. We've got a few, as I say, different chocolates here. So what I'll do is I'll perhaps give it a bit of an open. I'll perhaps move down a bit. Let's see. We'll give it an open. I'll tell you what. I'll take the cellophane off it first. There's like assuming some kind of pull tab there or something. What does it say there? Open here. It says. Okay. An unusual place to have an opening, but we'll go with it. In fact, it's not very clean open at all. It kind of just pulls down the entire row. You can't. It's not like a tear tab. We can tear it ourselves. So there we go. I'll just okay, getting into it now. So there we go. We got rid of the cellophane. That's good. Okay, that's a start. Right, let's put that away somewhere. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so there's some kind of, as I say, there's some markings there. I don't know whether it's just damage to the. There you go. I think it's cocoa powder actually. Look, it's coming off a bit there. Okay. Very interesting. All right, so let's zoom down a bit so we can open it together, so you can see it properly. Oh, look. Okay. Right. Okay. Just get myself organised slightly. All right, there we are. All right. Okay. So let's see. There we go. That's fine. So you see the cocoa's splashed over onto the plate a bit. All right, so it looks quite nice. It's not too bad. It has a nice feel to the box actually. Nothing extravagant, but it's not too bad. Okay, there we go. Ah, I've got a nice little menu here. I was hoping for this. This is why I hadn't done a screenshot of the back of the product, because I thought I could basically get a screenshot of this mini one here. So it's pretty good. So that's what we've got. I might just do a screenshot of this now actually, so I can put it in the top right hand corner. You know how I do that sometimes. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just grab my keyboard. Let's see. So what I'll do is I'll print screen this, and I can put it in the top corner. That's the problem. You see there's some nonsense on there. What I want to try and do is get it so that I've not got my fingers over the thing, but it's quite difficult to do that. Okay, we'll just do it as best we can. So that looks reasonable. Okay, right, so I've got that screenshot there. Let's see if I can get it relatively tidy. So I think it might be okay actually. Just about. Okay, I'm just going to save this. What I'm doing now is I'm just saving it to a picture basically, to the background where I store sort of like a special place for the back of the boxes. Let's have a look. Here we go. And then I should be able to do is miraculously. There we go. Yes, look at that. Okay, it's just there we are. Look at that. So there we go. So we've got it there now, so we can reference it quite easy there. I've still got it in hand, of course, you know, but there we are. One of those. So let's have a look. Let's get the box front on. So we've got a bit, it gets a bit covered. I'll move them off for the moment, but we'll have a look on the inside. So hopefully we've got a one-to-one thing now. Now then, Hen, how are you doing? Yeah, good to see you, Hen. Hope you're doing all right. Great to see you. I've seen you before. Hope you're having a lovely day. Now look at this. You see here. Look at that. Yeah, one of those. I think that's a bit odd. So clearly, yeah, not sure what to make of that. That doesn't seem very good. I'll try taking it off, but yeah, it's clearly well and truly stuck, that one. That's a bit of a quality issue there, to say the least. Yeah, not sure what's happened there, but there we go. Alright, well, we'll move this topper. So it looks pretty nice, nicely well presented actually, and I quite like the way that you see in other selections, because they've had issues with trying to fit them in to make them look nice with symmetrical antics and stuff like this. In this case, what they've done is they've actually sort of offset things and made things look a bit different, which is quite interesting. So for instance, this one here, they've got 3 in the middle and a vertical alignment rather than just horizontal. So rather than just give you less of one type of chocolate, they've actually arranged them so that the yeah, so you can still get the same amount. So there's a bit of thought gone into it there. I mean, you know, yeah, that's quite interesting. That I quite like that. So I think that's pretty good. As I say, they've actually worked out. So you do seem to have 3 of each type of chocolate, and I think there's 10 different types. So there's quite a lot here to be going through. Yeah, definitely one of them. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, okay. So what do we think? Well, they look quite nice. First of all, I would say, there's a bit of I say this coconut dusting. I think from these ones has kind of got everywhere. Or at least it's got on some of them and got through to the top of the box. But yeah, an interesting one there. We'll go this one. Yes. Yeah, but hi there, Hen. Yeah, hope you're doing all right. Yeah, good to see you, by the way. Yeah, it's good to see you. And at least biscuits don't melt in the summer. Yeah, well, possibly. Although if they have chocolate on, I guess they might do. Just gotta be careful. If you leave them alone, they generally will be all right. It's just if you handle them is when they become a problem. Okay, so what have we got? Let's have a look then. So this one we've got a quadretta. So yeah, okay. Looks like it's got some kind of honeycomb topper. A praline mahoni. Mahon, not sure how you pronounce that. A calice, a creme brulee. This one here is a Scala White. This one's a Senna. It's probably got a pistachio in it, but yes. Yeah, this one here is, which one's this one? A Temptation. A Temptation. Okay, don't know what that means, but Temptation Noir. This one's a Chocolo. So I guess someone got like a mixture of language. Maybe some of these are Italian, I'm not sure. This is a Contesse or Comtesse. Or Comtesse. This one here is a torti chocolat, chocolate tort. Interesting one there. Interesting one there. Hi Andrew, hope you're doing all right. Good to see you, Andrew. Hope your studies are going okay, and hope you've managed to yeah, get them done. Fingers crossed, and hopefully yeah, hopefully you're well on your way to getting them done now. Good to see you again, though. Good to see you. So we've got a few different ones here. We'll probably let's have a look. We've got the I don't think has anyone got any interest in which ones we do first. I'm not sure. We've got, as I say, quite a few. Maybe we'll just start in the top left and move to the bottom right. I don't know. Possibly do that. Let's have a see. Okay. Well, let's start with the quadretta then, shall we? We won't do the dodgy one. Let's have a look. We'll just move these to one side so they're out of the way a bit. Yeah, so here we go. The quadretta here. So let's have a look. So what's this one then? Let's have a see. So this is the, maybe I should have started in the, let's start, I'll tell you what, let's start in the top left of this menu. How about that? So the torta chocolate. Let's do that. So this is a rich chocolate centre with dark bittersweet chocolate shell. Okay, bittersweet chocolate. Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's nice. It makes a nice change, hen. Yeah, it's one of those. Exactly. You don't feel shortchanged. I mean, it's a bit of a pain when they do that because normally you are trying to. You probably be sharing these with other people, or at least some people will pinch a couple. So if you've only got 2 of some and 4 of others and things like this, it is a bit of a con. Yeah, and it is something I don't like. So I like the way they've actually made an effort. And normally as well, they do it sometimes because, or it appears to be sometimes because they don't fit in the box properly, you know, symmetrically or whatever. But in this case, they've made an effort to actually make it work. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Yeah, no, it's nice. Oh, and hi there, QP. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you doing today? You doing okay? Yeah, did you decide on a restaurant to go to? I think you were saying you were. Hopefully you've got got a good one in mind. Yes. You've had them before years ago. Yes, unusually it doesn't look like they've changed much. Yeah, pleasant, but a tad same experience in your opinion. Yeah. But you're not the reviewer. Honestly, well, to be honest with you, Andrew, it's a common thing where most of these chocolate selections are quite samey. It's not uncommon for that to be the case. And as we've seen, the ones where they aren't samey, the ones that were slightly different, they are removing them. So, yeah, so it is unfortunately a common thing that they are quite similar from ones I've reviewed all in these years anyway, well, this past year. All right, so torta chocolate, rich dark chocolate centre with a dark bittersweet chocolate shell. Okay, let's have a look. So give it a measure then. Measure the width at the, well, do the width, just at the side. It's quite a, it's quite a standard shape actually. So 3 centimetres, 3.1. And the height at 1.4. Yeah, there we go. Yes, and by the way, if anyone's members, by the way, you can select various different. I've put some stars on, so you can sort of play along at home, basically. So if you wanted to review something 3 out of 5, for instance, there is the ability to do that now, so it's not too bad. So I can sort of simulate that. Yeah. So if you did want to play along at home and you're a member, you have the opportunity to do so. So there you go. Only members, unfortunately. I can't. It's just YouTube restricts them to members only, unfortunately. But it's something you can do. And then, of course, I could publish your your opinion as well on the screen, such as I have with mine there. You good, thanks. Yes, you found one sent to. I see. Okay. Oh right. Oh dear. Well, I hope it works out, Keepy. I really do. I hope you're not being messed about. Fingers crossed. Yeah, Whisper. I never reviewed those, Nathan. Yeah, I need to review them. They are on the well, they were in the backlog. I think they went out of date. I think. There we go. But yeah, QP's on it. Yes. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do the half stars QP normally, but you can do full stars at least. So there's something like that. Yeah. There are regular emojis to do full stars. I don't think there's half stars, unfortunately. Yes. Look at the pistachio one. Yeah, interesting one. Yeah, interesting. Pistachios are a funny nut for me. I think I quite like them, but yeah, I remember buying a pack of them, salted ones. I think were pretty nice. Yeah. Oh, no problem, QP, no problem. Well, keep us posted anyway. Hopefully you'll be all right. Okay, so let's give this one a bit of a chop. I have got a knife to hand, which is always good. Let's see. Looks pretty nice, this one. In fact, yeah. Before I just chop it, I've made a slight marking on it, but I think it does look very nice. I got the conveyor belt imprint at the bottom. It looks okay. Let's have a look then. Quite tough, this one. Okay. So there we go, yeah. It's not too bad looking. Just get the old menu out again. Yeah, so rich chocolate centre. Right, so it's basically just a chocolate centre. Get it to focus in a bit better. Focusing on my hands at the moment, which is not really. We're not reviewing my hands, unfortunately. If we were, we'd be sorted, but we're not. Yeah, so you can see it's not quite focusing in. There we go. It's a smooth centre there. So it seems to be quite solid. Seems to be quite solid. All right, let's lift myself up. Give this one a bit of a taste. There we go. Yeah, just right, I'm back. Okay, there we go. Right, let's just sort the camera out. Yeah, basically, I just. No, in fact, it's okay. I didn't change the brightness of it. All right, and we'll put the other thing back in as well. There we go. How about that? We're all complete now. So yeah, reasonable selection. I'd say nothing that stands out too much. I mean, there's no, I didn't notice any orange ones, raspberry ones. They all seem to be basically let's just say there seems to be a lot of style here. Whether it's over substance will remain to be seen. But they're all called, sort of Italian names, things like this, or Italian, sort of. I don't know. I feel like there might be a lot of style over substance here, but we'll see. Chocolate selections, as I was mentioning before, they tend to sort of stick to the very tried and tested formulas of very similar chocolates. But nonetheless, in this case, they look like that, but slightly better, or at least turned up a bit. So we'll see. All right, let's give this one a go. Let's give it a taste. Well, quite quite soft on the inside, but seems to have a bit of a nutty taste to it for some reason. As in flavour, not texture. Don't know why that is. It doesn't have nuts in, I don't think. It's just a rich chocolate centre with a dark bittersweet chocolate shell. There isn't such a thing as bittersweet chocolate, so I don't know whether this is actually bittersweet chocolate, whether it's dark chocolate. It's okay. It's relatively rich. It's more like a sort of chocolate truffle really than anything else. It's that way inclined really. It's okay. I wouldn't say you really get much of a dark chocolate hit from it. It's rich in as far as dark chocolate is rich, but I don't know. As I say, I got a bit of a nutty taste to it for some reason. I don't know whether that's because of the powder from somewhere else has got onto it. It didn't seem to be the case, but that's the taste I got. I don't know why that was. It's all right. It's all right. It's just okay, I think, that one, basically. I don't really feel like I got a dark chocolate hit from it, because it wasn't solid dark chocolate or anything like that. I didn't feel, I felt it was a pretty average one, this one, to be honest with you. It was okay. I think there's not much to say about it. It's just 3 out of 5, really. There's, if anything, I don't know, I feel that sometimes the average chocolate, I feel like should actually possibly be less than 3, but nonetheless, we'll go for 3. Do it with biscuits and things where I say the average is actually less than 3. I don't know. It's okay, that one. It's just very standard. I didn't feel like I got a chocolate hit particularly. I didn't feel like I got anything special from it. I just got a reasonably rich, dark chocolatey type taste, but without the crack or the bite of a dark chocolate. It was just quite soft. It's like one of those sort of like I don't know, those box of truffles you get where they're okay, but they're just truffles. You know what I mean? And truffles are quite nice, but I've had so many truffles over the past year or 2 years. They're very mundane, very standard to me now, and this one kind of is a bit like that, and it wasn't really anything special. So, 3 out of 5 I think is probably, it could be even first chocolate syndrome, where really normally I'd perhaps give it less than that. But so bear that in mind. Nothing special about that one. Yeah, QP has this problem as well, Nathan. Yeah, reviews make me hungry. Yes, I think she eats at the same time, so she perhaps got the idea there. So maybe grab. I was thinking actually, it doesn't mind me. I was thinking of maybe doing like sort of communal reviews, maybe where we all review the same thing. Now I don't know how practical that is, unfortunately, because you've got to rely on people to get the stuff, and that's the difficult part, unfortunately, because people sometimes can't make the lives or don't have the products if they did do, or both. So I'm not sure. So again, it might be number of viewers dependent, really. So if I don't have lots of viewers, the odds of people having the product to do a communal review are less. And of course, the members have access only to the half stars and stuff like this, but we could still do multiple stars. It doesn't really matter. But yes, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. I think that'd be a good idea. I do like the idea of it myself, and it's something I'd like to do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how practical it is at the moment, at least. But let me know. Yeah, let me know. So let's have a see. So I'll just tidy up. Let's see. Yes, I reviewed the Galaxy Biscuits. Which ones, Nathan? There's quite a few. I've got some in the backlog to review, but I have reviewed some others. I think they were called Secret Centers or something. I'm not sure what they were called. Yeah, they weren't very good, basically. So I've reviewed those. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's see what we got next. We're working our way around this, weren't we? If I can select it, can I select it? Yes, I can. Okay. Yes. So Temptation. Temptation, yeah, I don't know if that's Italian for temptation. Truffle filling with dark chocolate and cocoa nibs, covered in cocoa powder. Okay, right, all right. This one's going to get everywhere, isn't it? So this one, yeah, looks all right. Will it focus in? Yes, it will. There we go. Looks a bit like I don't know, Martian surface, maybe. Looks okay. Looks all right. I think you know what you're to expect with this one. Quite a rich taste from that cocoa powder. See the cocoa powder going on my fingers there. I think that's what spread all over the box before, so it gets everywhere, this cocoa powder, I think. Doesn't normally happen, actually, with some of these chocolates. You can handle them reasonably well. I'll move down a bit. Let's have a look at it now. Unfortunately, this one's going to make a massive mess everywhere. There we go, when I cut it. And handle it and do everything with it, basically, I think. But there we go. What is this? There's like a little chocolate thing there. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to move too far. There we go, not far enough down there. There we are. Alright, there we go. Okay. Right, just reduce the brightness. Is not doing too bad today, but I will perhaps reduce it slightly, just in case. Yeah, it's an interesting set, this one, so far. I don't know, looks interesting. I'm intrigued by it, I think is the gist of it. Now let's have a try of calipering this one. So it's a flat top, it's actually quite good for measuring the height of it. About 1.8 centimetres there. There you go. Don't want to squish too hard on it because obviously it's not a solid object. So for about 3.2 in width, but that's using some knobbles. If I can go between the knobbles, about 3.1. Not too much less. Okay, and did I do the heights? I think I did, didn't I? Yes. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do the width at the top as well, just because it's not quite as wide. About 2.7. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, about 2.9. There's about 2 millimeters there. Interesting. All right, let's give it a bit of a chop. So what did we say was the? Let's just remind ourselves what this one was. Truffle filling with dark chocolate and cocoa nibs covered in cocoa powder. So we get a bit of a cocoa crunch there. Looks a bit dark, this one on the screen, actually, doesn't it? But we'll go with it for now. It is quite dark chocolate, quite soft. Okay, so again, looks a bit truffly, you'd say. It's a bit messy, this one. It's a bit messy. I'm not too keen on that. I've had cocoa powdery ones before where they've not been messy like this. This one is quite messy, and it has got quite all over the box and things in some cases, it seems. So, okay, see if it will focus in a bit better. Again, we're not reviewing my hands camera, we're reviewing the chocolate. I think it has some kind of software in to try and detect skin, I think. I'm not too sure, I don't know. It's technology, isn't it? It works great when you... There we go. Alright, there we are. There you go. Again, a bit of a truffly sense. I can't see any evidence of any nibby type things in there. It's okay. It's not too powdery, actually, this one. I think it's just this initial layer of powder that's causing problems. Alright, let's lift myself back up. Let's say 10 chocolates in this one as well, which isn't too bad. I think you get quite a lot of each, so it looks like you get quite a good set of chocolates in this one. Alright, let's just make the brightness a bit brighter again. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, let's just move this one a bit. I feel a bit claustrophobic there. There we are. Right, okay. Right, let's give this one a taste. Let's do it. Again, another strange taste with it. It tastes initially had a strange sort of licoricey taste to it. Only a fleeting taste though, but strange. It's okay. Again, it's another sort of truffly one, but rather than a rich dark chocolate, it tastes a bit white, milk chocolatey this time. You do get a bit of a rich taste from the dark chocolate. Interesting one. Yeah, you sort of I'd say quite a sort of, well, it's not dark chocolate, sorry, the cocoa powder on the outside, quite a rich flavour from that. But in the middle it tastes a bit milk chocolatey. But then, as I said, it had a weird licoricey taste to it, which is very unusual, and I don't know why that is. So the first one had a bit of a hazelnutty taste, a fleeting one. This one had a bit of a licoricey taste. I don't know, it's very strange. I've never experienced this before. These sort of random flavours on them. Interesting one, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think, not sure what to make of it. I'm not sure what to make of this one. It's okay. It's all right. I think like it's just, again, like the other one, but just slightly different, just a slightly different components or whatever. I'm not sure what to make of it. You know, one of those. I think, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of that. I think, for me, it's probably quite similar to the other one. I quite like the fact it's got sort of like cocoa dusting on it, but I think it's a bit sort of, I don't know. Yeah, a bit average again. So I think it's another 3 out of 5, basically. It's one of them. One of those. Yeah, one of them. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Right. Okay, so yeah, an interesting one, that one, but 3 out of 5 is the gist of it. All right, yeah, just a bit. No, don't think I've had those, Nathan. No, you have to, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't think I've seen those before. Don't think I've seen them. Strange one, that one. Yeah, don't think I've seen those. Interesting, though. I'll keep an eye out. Yes. You do have to enjoy. Well, I do enjoy truffles, but they're just very average. Yeah, it's like you say, isn't it? You know what I mean? Very average, really. Yeah, I don't know. They're just quite typical. You know, there's everything's truffles really at the moment. You know, it just gets a bit mundane, really. But like you say, yeah, you know, I do like them. I do like truffles, but I think they're very average. As in, they're almost like a stereotypical thing in the box. But you're right. Yeah, it's one of those. I think I used to love truffles when they weren't so abundant, where they weren't all over the place. Like I remember the Galaxy truffles in celebrations, really interesting. I really used to like them, but now I worry that they'd be so mundane. Yeah. MS bar copy of the Cadbury's Mini Eggs chocolate bar with a Toblerone style chunky bar of chocolate with a giant speckled egg inside. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I might have to nip into a few different shops. So just you've seen the amount of backlog I've got. Really, it's crazy. You know, to be honest with you. Yeah. What's my favourite chocolate labels? Hi Jake, by the way, good to see you again. Yeah, great to see you. Glad you could make it back. Favourite chocolate Leibniz? Oh dear. Well, I think I quite like the orange one, but they're all quite nice Leibniz. They do what I like in a chocolate biscuit Leibniz, and so do those pickups as well, where it's got a massive thick layer of chocolate and a thick layer of biscuit, so you actually get proper chocolate and proper biscuits basically. Really nice that I really like that. I think it's really interesting. I think so for me. I don't know. I think they're on a winner with most of them. Really, I quite like the fact that they just got such a thick chocolate. But I do always like orange chocolate. I think that's very nice. It's just I do like it. I think it adds a bit of a nice flavour to it. But they're all pretty nice actually. Well, how about you? What about you, Jay? What's your favourite? Yeah. Oh, and hi, Joe. Good to see you again. Yeah, hope you're doing okay. Great to see you. Hope you're having a lovely time. What's the weather like in Brazil at the moment? It's middle of the summer there, isn't it? Yeah, well, it might depend where you are. Yeah, I think it's all below the equator, isn't it, Brazil? Ecuador is presumably on the equator. Yeah, maybe some a bit higher than it, but I think it's all mostly below, I think. But yes. Why do I find these products good? Because Andrew buys them all, QP. That's why, because Andrew's bought them all. And yeah, hi, Joe. Good to see you. Oh yeah, hope you're doing okay, Joe. Great to see you again. It really is. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a see. Okay. Right. Oh. Let's just give the plate a bit of a wash. Well, well, that cocoa powder went everywhere, basically. Right, let's have a look. So where are we up to? Where are we up to? Right. Okay, so let's have a see. Right, so there we go. Comtesse. All right, Comtesse. White chocolate with almond cream filling and hazelnut. Yeah, so I think it's again, like Andrew was saying, it's probably basically another truffle. It's a white chocolate representation. Now, again, you can see with these, it says there's white chocolate in there, but there's only again maybe 2 white chocolate ones. I guess there's only 3 different kinds in the side. I don't know. That's not too bad, I guess. But there we are. Oh, with an almond cream filling. So here we go. So it looks a bit like the one from Thornton's Continental, but not quite as exciting. It doesn't quite have the. Yeah, it looks okay. Like a sort of sugary coating there as well. Interesting. All right, interesting. It's got you can stand it up as well, which is good. Yeah. You only tried the White and Bailey's ones. Did I review the Bailey's ones? I think I did. I did review the Bailey's ones. I didn't mind the Bailey's ones actually. I'm not a big alcohol person, but sort of Irish cream is probably my more appreciated alcohol because it's just a bit less alcoholic than everything else because it's just basically tastes a bit sort of chocolatey almost. You can get chocolate cream ones, or you could do in the past limited edition ones. Interesting, yeah. Yes, but they are good. The dry ones are nice as well. They're all nice, really. They just do it right. You know, I'm very happy with Leibniz biscuits for sure. So let's remind ourselves again what this one was. Let's see, Contesse, white chocolate with almond cream filling and hazelnut croissant. Okay, so we got the same kind of stuff as always. All right, kind of hot. We got to send the weather in the chat. I think it's oh yeah, good question. I think it's exclamation mark my weather. I think. Then I think you put your city. Let's have a look. See if I can. Let's have a look. I forgot myself, to be honest with you. Let's have a see. Right, let's have a look. Yes, exclamation mark my weather, all one word, all lowercase, then space, then your city or location. I think Brazil might work, but maybe if you put your city, for instance, might be Brasilia or Rio de Janeiro, something like that. I think it's exclamation mark. Yeah, exclamation mark my weather. Yes, let's see. Yeah, so let's see if I can. Yeah, so then if you did that, And then, yeah, there we go, yes. And then it would be a space and then your city QP. So like Zhao's done there. Yeah. So he's put brusque there. So we'll see what happens. Brusque. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think it should still work anyway. Oh, there you go. No, like okay. So try. Yeah, so you might have to try again. I think it's limited to basically it has a cooldown of a few seconds. So you might need to do it. So I think because QP did it first, it might have stopped the other one. I'm not sure, but yeah. Just have a try. Not done it for a while actually. We kind of forgot about these things, haven't we? But there we go. Let's have a look. I don't know if you have to sort of. Let's have a see. Let's have a look. See if that works. As I haven't used them for some time, have we? But there we go. As it might take a couple of seconds for it to do it. I'm not sure. It seems to be a bit slower than normal. I don't know. Maybe it's in demand today. Who knows? As I haven't tried it for some time. But yeah, it did seem to like QP's location. Oh, there you go. There we are. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 40. Yes, 4C. It's a bit cold. The wind is blowing from the south-southeast at 2 miles an hour. There we go. Humidity is 81% humidity. We never really sort of considered the humidity in the UK, but we are quite a humid place. It's a bit of a strange one, that. Yeah. But there you go. That's how it works, basically. Yes, it might. Hopefully, it will work, but you have to put your city afterwards. And I don't know if it knows. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't pick yours up, Zhao. So I think it might have been trying. I don't know why. It might have been trying to do QPs. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really know. You should have done it, Zhao. I'm not sure why it didn't. Okay, it's about 2.6 in height there, and the width should be the same, but. Yeah, about 2.6 again. Obviously, it's a sphere, so it should be quite like that. Okay, let's give it a bit of a chop. Okay, there we go. So here we are. So you can see here. Let's have a look. There we go. So you can see some chopped hazelnuts in there. Does it say chopped hazelnuts in there? Yes, hazelnut croissant. It says almond cream filling and hazelnuts, chopped hazelnuts in the middle. It's quite liquidy, doesn't it? On this one here. Liquidy look to it. Bit of a sheen. Interesting, yeah. Looks okay. But yeah, another one of these sort of truffly type fillings, you know. There we go. Let's have a see. Let's have a look. Ooh, weather Joe is currently mostly cloudy with temperature of 33 degrees. Crikey, Bob. Humidity 63%. Yeah, crikey. Yeah, wow, it's not bad there, Joe, not bad there at all. 33 degrees in the UK would be considered pretty much a heat wave. Oh, it's Kentucky here, Jake Honor is currently over Kentucky. I think it might not do counties, basically. Mind you, it's done a state, hasn't it, there, so I don't know. A US state. You might have to, I don't know, there might be some nuance to it. You might have to put like Kent, UK maybe, or it might not know UK counties, I'm not sure. Yeah, but same weather actually. It was in Manchester anyway. So it might be quite particular, yeah, because it's got to consider the whole world. So I guess it's I don't know. There might be some nuances to it. I'm not sure how you would differentiate between some different countries. Really, it might be a comma then the country, or it might just be a space and then the country. I'm not sure. It seems to usually work okay, basically. So usually, but if there was like, say, I don't know, say there's a city with the same name like Perth in Australia and Perth in Scotland, I don't know how it would know the difference. So you might have to do like a space or a comma and the country, but I don't know whether it be a space or a comma. Is the gist of it, yeah. So feel free to keep trying. There's no, don't worry about it. I won't. It's no problem. All right, well, let's give this one a go then. A bit apprehensive about this one, but we have got some white chocolate. It's basically going to roughly taste of hazelnut and almond, I think. But let's give it a go. Not bad. Not bad. Again, got like a liquidy scent. It's a bit like a Lindor, really, but not quite as sweet. Not quite as thick on the outside, and obviously has a bit of a nutty flavour. I think almond's probably the flavour that comes through the most. You get a bit of hazelnut there, but it's one of those. Interesting. I think, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one, this one. The white chocolate's okay. Gives it a bit of a, it's an okay taste. It doesn't really detract from the rest of it as such. You know, it's kind of like, as in, because the middle is so sort of sweet or whatever, or so sort of creamy. You know, the white chocolate kind of just works with it, but you don't really taste the white chocolate too much. It says almond cream filling. I think that's the main taste of it, really. It's just quite creamy, as I say. So you get the white chocolate. Just unfortunately isn't really the star of this chocolate. It's kind of just works with the almond cream. You basically get like an almond creamy taste. That's the main gist of it. A bit of crunch from the hazelnut. It's all right again. It really is nothing special. It's just sort of by the numbers chocolate, really. It's got all the typical ingredients put together. It doesn't really excel at anything. It doesn't really work to bring out the white chocolate. The white chocolate just accompanies the filling. So it's quite an average one again. It's another 3 out of 5. It's just a by the numbers chocolate, that one, as far as I'm concerned. It's very much a typical one. Most of them so far have been quite by the numbers, really. They're just very much, you know, they sound nice, and I think they're presented well, but at the end of the day, they're just very, you know, they're just, well, what can we include? Let's have a white chocolate one that's kind of, you know, going, well, let's have a sort of almond cream one, or a hazelnutty one, or an almondy taste one. And how can we make sure that the chocolate doesn't works with it? Let's make it a white chocolate one. So rather than working with the white chocolate's working with the centre, and the centre's nothing too special. Yeah, so it's okay. It's just an okay one, that one. It's not horrible or anything by any means, but it's just an average chocolate. Yeah, 2 off you as well. Yeah, you more of a. Do you feel I've heard the winter's quite hot where you are though, Joe, as well. Yeah, it'd be quite similar to Manchester. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and it was, well, I mean, yeah, feel free to try though. But as I say, you don't have, if you don't want to give your city away, then obviously, you know, don't worry. Oh, and hi there, Rick. How are you doing? Oh, good to see you, Rick. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, no Canada special this time, unfortunately, but maybe in a few weeks. Who knows? Well, I'm quite pleased about this, Andrew. The trend for Easter 2022 is to put stuff in the shell. I really like that idea. I've always wanted that. That's my idea of a perfect Easter egg, to be honest with you. And Malteser's egg has bits of Malteser in it, so are the mini eggs. Really good. Well, I'm really happy about that one. They do. I always look out for these ones every year with bits in the egg, some bits in the shell. Sometimes you get them. There are a few of them that do it, but generally they don't. And it's the best part of it when you get these eggs and they've got bits in the filling. I really like that. 40 plus. Goodness me, I don't think we've ever had that heat in the UK, at least in, you know, past 3, 4, 10,000 years. Yeah, so yeah, crikey, quite warm. I don't think we'd survive. Oh, and hi Rick, yes, and good to see you, Rick. Good to see you. Yeah, these look okay. Yes, I think that's it. They look the part, these ones. I think that's the thing, because we always have to remember that a lot of these chocolate selections are for gifts. So looking the part is half the battle. The white one looked promising. Yeah, it was nice. It just wasn't, again, it wasn't about the white chocolate, it was about the centre. And that's the problem with most of these white chocolate ones in these selections. They're usually about the centre rather than the white chocolate. And it's really disappointing because people want a nice white chocolate. And if you're buying a selection which is advertised as saying, you know, a good selection of different types of chocolates, you know, you're expecting something to be built around the white chocolate rather than the white chocolate being added so it works with the centre. And it's a shame, yeah. Fog on the Tyne, eh? Fog on the Tyne. Very foggy last night, this morning in Newcastle. Yep. I couldn't eat half the milk and dark chocolate box, white box. It used to be so much better. Yeah, and now it's mainly dark and cream filled ones. Yeah, which one is this one, QP? Is this box or is this something else? Or is that the Tesco one? I might have missed a message there. Oh, I think Andrew said something. Yes, I've always chosen milk, dark and white chocolate box over these. Yeah, had been okay. We weren't excited. Yeah, at least they've got some difference in there. Fruit creams and caramels, a bit more interesting. There, you know, that's what you want, and I think, you know, that's the least you should be expecting, really. No worries. I thought the white chocolate could be better. Yeah, no cherry. Well, it'd be quite nice if we did have one with cherry in. I mean, that's the thing that's missing with a lot of these selections. They don't have anything overly exciting in them, you know. QP has the caramels and fruit creams, though. Yeah, yeah, you like them, yes, yeah. Well, me too as well, Andrew. I definitely agree with you there. Yeah, definitely wasn't any caramel fruit cream, and there's not many in most of these. It's only really like ones like Roses and Quality Street that generally really have them. A lot of others don't tend to have them, you know. Yeah. Let's see. I have a friend. Don't worry. He lives next door to a guy who co-wrote "Fog on the Tyne." He's one of the original members of Lindisfarne. I see. Interesting. Fog on the Tyne, quite an iconic song. "Fog on the Tyne." If you don't know it, by the way, Rick and Joe, it's basically just a very, you know, Newcastle. Yeah, basically has a bit of a distinct accent, and yeah, and basically Fog on the Tyne is a river. The Tyne is a river in Newcastle. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the Tyne is a river in Newcastle, basically, and it's just a song that was basically released in like the 80s or 90s or something like that, called Fog on the Tyne. There we go. All right, okay, so let's see what's the next one then. So we got yeah. Right, okay. I think they had Paul Gascoigne, which was an English footballer from the 90s basically, in the video as well. There we go. So yeah, Quadretta next. This is one that was a bit weird, stuck on the top. Looks quite nice, this one. Crunch hazelnut croissant. So it's another one of those with basically chopped hazelnuts in the middle, with chewy nougat and a smooth milk chocolate. Okay, so it's nougat again, another standard one. All right, so let's see. Okay, but it looks quite nice. I guess that is that quack one. Yeah, what did it say it was again? Crunchy hazelnut quack one. Okay, so that's the top bit. But it said that it had hazelnut quack one in the other one. How do you pronounce that? But it was nothing like that, was it? So I think it just means chopped hazelnuts and a chewy thing in this case. I don't know. It clearly wasn't that anyway, was it? That top bit wasn't in the Contessa one. So they're just sort of, I don't know, just using posh names inconsistently, I think, is the gist of it from what I can gather here. Yes, okay. Right, okay. Let's zoom down a bit. Chocolate confusion going on there. Well, all of these boxes do seem the same. Just reading what you're saying in the comments. Yeah, a lot of these boxes do seem quite similar, unfortunately. And the problem is, because they're not distinct, that's part of the problem, really, isn't it? But there we go. All right. Okay, let's give this one a measure then. Looks a bit like, reminds me a bit like I don't know, like a car with something on the roof. You know, it's a bit not too keen on it. I mean, it looks okay. It looks all right, but I don't know. It looks okay. It's like as if they've made an effort, but not enough of an effort. 2.5. 1.5 from the top. Check the other side was about the same. About 2.5 again. Yeah, not bad. Not bad then. Okay, and you can see clearly a bit of a... Let's try giving it a bit of a measure at the top. But the problem with chocolate selections is they just can't be daring on it. 1.9 because it's all style over substance generally, because they're usually gifts. It doesn't really matter what's in them as long as they're roughly okay, you know. But I feel like they could. I'm sure they could make more of an effort, but maybe people don't buy them enough, unless it's roses or something like that. But I mean, if you look at roses, I know you could argue that the ingredients might not be as higher quality as other selections. You know, maybe the Lindt ones are higher quality and they charge you 10 times as much for it. But I still feel they're not that bad, you know. But they do have lots of different senses in them. I just feel like maybe it's because they're a staple now, that they're just you know, yeah, used too much really. With a Coronation Street, it should work. Maybe put Weatherfield, you know, that's the city, maybe that will work. Honestly. Oh yes, it's got to be My Weather. Yeah, it's got to be MY, My Weather, yes. Okay, let's give this one a bit of a... But Weatherfield is a city, all one word. I think weather is in, you know, the weather. Yeah, so, or the town or whatever it is. So that might work. But I have a feeling like Nightbot's probably made by people in the US maybe, so I don't know if they'll know about Coronation Street. But they might, you never know. It'd be good if they did. It'd be quite funny. Okay, so there you go. So you got that sort of sense in it, presumably a fudge middle as well. And that sort of quackwant top. Chopped hazelnuts. So basically chopped hazelnuts with a praline. Let's have a see. Okay, yeah, what did I actually say? Chewy nougat, smooth milk chocolate. Right, it's a bit of a nougat on the top. Okay. Let's have a see. Alright. Okay, let's lift myself up, give this one a taste. So an interesting one, this one. Okay. Yeah, let's say if you try Weatherfield, that is the city Coronation Street's in, or the town. So, but to be honest with you, I'd be surprised if they knew it. But yeah. All right, let's give this one a go then, the one with the roof rack. Okay, let's give it a go. But a very soft centre. And quite a chewy top. Interesting. The nougat has quite a nice taste to it as well. Not bad actually. With a sort of a nice caramel taste actually, this one. Not too bad. This one definitely sort of seems okay. I think the problem with it is the middle part is very soft, very liquidy, kind of liquefies, but the top is quite chewy, so they don't work well together. Yes, Weatherfield's bow. I'll come to that in a minute. It's found somewhere at least, Rick. I don't know where it is though. Interesting one, that one. Yeah, an interesting flavour, this one. It's quite interesting, but it just don't work well together. The middle, I'll say the main chocolate is quite soft and well, it's very liquid. It liquefies, basically. It's one of those that just liquefies. But the top is very chewy and quite, interesting. You know what I mean? It's very different. And they just don't work well together, these two. But they are actually quite nice. The nougat is actually quite nice. What I would like is the whole chocolate to be filled with that top. So the whole thing to be filled with this centre. I think that would be very nice because it's not too chewy. It's not very hard. It's quite soft in itself, but it's chewy. But this bit here, the middle of this bit, it just liquefies in your mouth like a Lindor. So they just don't work well together at all. But what would be great, as I say, is just have the middle of all that nougat. That would be really good. And unfortunately, it isn't. But it's okay. It just doesn't work well. I quite like the taste of that caramel, that chewy caramel, or chewy nougat, or whatever it is. But the other side is just very forgettable. It just dissolves straight away. You're thinking of the chewy part, so you're not even really thinking about that bit because it's just totally separate. So you completely ignore it. It's not a good. It doesn't work well together. This one. It is quite nice. It just doesn't work well. So you basically just left with that slab of nougat on the top. That's all you get basically from it. So I think I've got to say it's just not a good. It's nice. It tastes as good as the others, but it's just a poor designed chocolate. So I think it's a 2 out of 5. That one's just poorly designed. They just don't complement each other at all. There's that middle and that top. The polar opposites. It's really poorly designed, that one. So I think a 2 for sure, that one. But it tastes nice. Yes, so what we got, Weatherfield Bow. I don't know where that is. Wethersfield Bow. Conditions are sunny, temperature 4, -16. Is it somewhere in Canada, that, do you think? Maybe it's found, maybe it knows you're in Canada, Rick. Mind you, it did it for QP as well. Yeah, so, I don't know. It sounds like it might be somewhere in Canada, because it sounds like it might be. I have no idea other than, it just sounds like it could be. Yeah, don't know if you've heard of it, Rick, before. But either way, it's cold. Don't go there. Okay, yeah, interesting. Yeah, but yeah, no filming today, that's for sure. Oh dear, that's doing a skiing scene or something like that, but yeah, honestly. Interesting one. Okay, so now we've got one that should be quite nice. I know where, I think, there was AB always used to love creme brulee Vidals. I think he did, didn't he? Creme brulee, I haven't seen AB for a long time, I hope he's alright. Yeah, creme brulee, creamy creme brulee. Filling combined with whiter milk chocolate enriched with salted caramel almond nougat pieces. So again, they're using, I don't know, they're using sort of like, it's as if they've got an abundance of like, I don't know, almonds or I don't know, they're just using the same things when they don't need to. You don't need to do this. Use your imagination. Come up with something interesting. Salted caramel almond nougat pieces. All right. Well, creme brulee. I guess it kind of works with creme brulee. You do have that. You're meant to have that hard top, aren't you, on the top of the creme brulee? Okay. So it looks all right. It looks okay. Interesting thing is you'll notice that it's only on the top that it's got that sort of light colour. It goes a bit dark on the edges. I mean, if you're going to have a creme brulee, don't you think, surely, why have you not got the top like that on the creme brulee one? Why is that topper not on the creme brulee? That is what creme brulee has, that sort of kind of crackly top. I mean, this isn't crackly, but at least it looks the part. Why not have it? I mean, it's just so stupid, isn't it? I mean, I've only thought about it for literally 5 seconds, and I've already, why is that bit not on the top of this one? I can't understand it. Yeah, hockey weather, you say, yes. Or curling weather, I guess, as well. Curling weather in Scotland, yeah. They do curling in Canada as well. Didn't Canada win the Olympic gold for curling? I think they did. Yeah. Anyway. Why is there no creme brulee top for this one? Crackers. They've got it on another chocolate. They do it, or a similar thing. Stupid. Missed opportunity. Just not thought about. Not thought about it. Just, yeah. Disappointed. Oh, it's not very well. The problem I always have with these posh desserts, QP, is they're very small. To start with, I realise it should be quality over quantity, but I can buy a tub of Ben & Jerry's, which is massive, gorgeous. It only costs £3.50 or whatever, or £5 if you don't get them on offer. It's amazing and lasts a long time. So if you go in these restaurants, you buy a creme brulee for £10 or whatever it is. It's very small. Yeah, a bit style. The problem is it's style over substance again. You know what I mean? It's like these chocolate selections, really. Yeah, but why are you disappointed? What was wrong, QP? We tried Raphael, but yes, I have. Yes, got some in Ferrero pack, except it's white. Yeah, I think I did try them. I think in that Ferrero selection we did a few weeks back had them in. I think. I can't remember if I've specifically reviewed them though, Rick. Yeah, not too bad though. I mean, coconut's not my favourite thing in the world, but interesting. Yeah, but I'm sure they were in that Ferrero selection we had, or at least a derivative of them. Firefox seems to not run the lives as good as Chrome. Ah, okay, right. Well, Google do own YouTube. Google do make Chrome, so yeah. But Firefox is well, what's happening, Joe? What's wrong? That keen on the taste. Ah, okay. No, actually, I don't know if I've ever had a creme brulee before. You know, QP. I might have. Don't think I have. I don't think I have. I feel like I'd be disappointed with them as well, just because I think I've said this tale before when I went into like a restaurant or whatever, and I really I hated all the I'm a bit of a picky eater generally for savoury foods, and there's nothing on the main menu that I like because I'm not really into meat and this and the other, and it wasn't a vegetarian restaurant. There was nothing in there at all. It was all terrible. I think I'd like this weird veggie pizza, which was basically it wasn't really a pizza. It sounded like it might be, but it was basically just like I don't know, let's say a bed of lettuce with some tomatoes on it or something. It's just not a pizza at all. But it sounded like I'd like it, but I didn't. I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to love the dessert, aren't I? I'm going to love the dessert because I'm a massive dessert person, and this is a restaurant. It's going to have really quality desserts, and it did have quality desserts. But again, it was all style over substance. So it had like some shot glasses, like 3 shot glasses or something, like a little scoop of ice cream and maybe something here, like a slab or something. And it was just, and it was, I mean, sure, it's all naturally, made in store from natural ingredients and things. I'm not saying it wasn't. But the fact is, it didn't taste anything special. I've had desserts from supermarkets that have tasted nicer, with more abundance and are cheaper. And I said to her, and I'm saying to Mum, I said, Mum, why am I, I love desserts. I love chocolate. This is meant to be some posh restaurant. Why is it? Because I was quite young at the time. Well, I was in my early 20s, I think. So I wasn't going out on my own to restaurants at that time. Anyway, well, I wasn't. Maybe some people do, but anyway, as I said, why? So this should be made for me because I love desserts and things. I have a sweet tooth. I love all things. And she just said, well, you're paying for the ambience or whatever. And I just thought, you know what? It just sums it up, doesn't it? you just, yeah. It's just one of those. It's just style over substance, but that's what people pay for. If you want to stay awake, watch hockey. I actually watch curling during the Olympics. You want to fall asleep, watch curling. I actually watch curling during the Olympics because I like watching all these random events. But I don't tend to watch hockey because it's just too long. I don't want to watch a whole match or something. I don't really watch football or soccer. I don't really like to watch whole matches of things. I like to watch highlights. So I might watch the highlights. But even then, I don't know. I've said that the curling's quite long. You watch that for a long time. I don't know why. I just can get into all these random sports, but like I don't really tend to watch the basketball, netball, baseball, hockey. Either grass or ice hockey. I don't tend to watch them as much. Or basketball in the Olympics. I tend to watch all the random things like weightlifting and stuff. But yeah, as I say, I don't know. It's just me. I think the taste wasn't great. It was a bit wobbly. Was it, QP? Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. Better than the same one. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, you're right, Rick. It is interesting to have something a bit different. Yeah, a bit different. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. Don't know why I don't make more of those, really. All right, so this creme brulee. So let's give it a bit of a height measure. So got 1.4 centimetres in height. And the width, the bottom, about 3 centimetres. But the top, roughly, about 2.8. So that's about 2 millimetres there. Okay, so again, we've got the problem where they have literally the perfect topping for creme brulee on another chocolate, and they've not included it on this one, so madness, but there we go. Let's have a see. Okay, so you can see there's no representation of the crackly top for a creme brulee at all, which is the main feature of the creme brulee. I don't know, got some, if we can get it to focus in a bit. Struggling to focus into there, I don't know what it is. There we go. There we are. So it looks quite smooth cream. There's not as, I guess you'd want the sort of the choppy bits at the top, because say the creme brulee sort of crunchy bit is at the top, but nonetheless, you probably would expect them to be in this for what they are, just distributed quite evenly. It's got brulee filling, creme brulee filling combined with white and milk chocolates enriched with salted caramel and almond nougat pieces. Okay. All right. Well, I haven't got high hopes for this one because I feel like they've just not really thought about it at all. You got the perfect opportunity to make something that's quite creme brulee like, and they've not done it. So it just makes me feel like they've just not really made much of an effort for this one. Okay, but we'll give it a taste. You never know, we could be surprised. Hard to follow the pug. Yeah, well, that's true. That's another thing. I must say, Rick, that is something as well. Yeah, it is quite difficult to see what's going on. Yeah, I do know what you mean, but yeah. But I guess as well, we don't really ice hockey, of course, in the UK isn't really a big thing. We don't, I guess in Scotland you could play it, but they don't tend to. Well, just curling, I think, is a Scottish traditional sport. I think playing on the ice. I don't know if they do any ice hockey. They probably do, presumably, but not to an international standard, I don't think. Okay, let's give it a taste. Interesting. Have you got some bristle crunch there? It does taste quite caramel-like. So there is that. It's a very smooth, very creamy filling, and I think if it was a bigger chocolate, it'd be too creamy for me, but it's not bad. Again, it says there's some kind of white chocolate representation there, but I can't really specifically taste white chocolate. It's there in name only, I think. If it was dark chocolate, you might be able to taste it, but the centre's quite creamy. I guess there's white chocolate in there, but I can't really taste it as such. It's a very liquidy centre as well. I think these are quite liquidy centres all around so far. They've very much been of that persuasion. I think it was only the first one had a bit more of a solidity about it, but generally they've been quite creamy, these ones. And which is a surprise because it doesn't really, does it claim to be a creamy centre one? It just says the milk white and dark chocolate, so I would be expecting a more solid chocolates in this, and they're not so far. Now it could be a wrong expectation there, but that's what I'd be expecting. I'm certainly not getting that. Yeah, this one's okay. It just could be so much better. There's no, they've done it on, like I've said 3 times now, or 2 times at least. They've done this sort of like, caramel topper on this one, which is what a creme brulee is known for. Obviously, it's a bit harder, and you don't really want something too hard in these chocolates. They could have put that on the creme brulee one, and I would be happy with that. They have got a bit of a sort of, what did I call it before, brittle centre with this, where it's got like crunchy, salty caramel hazelnut pieces. They're okay. But if they had a solid bit on the top, it would be better. I just feel the centre's, again, a bit ephemeral. It's not that great. It's just a very liquidy centre. It's okay, but there's no substance to it, really. I mean, literally no substance. It just dissolves away straight away, which is fine in something like a Lindor, where it's got like a really thick outer shell, so you crunch into the chocolate. I'm not a massive fan of Lindors because they're too sweet for me, but generally, it has something in, it's got some substance to it because of the outside part, and there's so much in the middle, it's there, you know what I mean, and it's quite prevalent and prominent, but I don't know, this one, there's just nothing really to it. Again, it's a bit of a nothing one. It's alright, it tastes okay, it's got a sort of creamy taste in the middle, it's got a slight salted caramel taste on the crunchy bits, and you do have quite a good crunch, but it doesn't really come across, it just could be a lot better. Yeah, I feel like this one, I'm losing it half mark because it could just be a lot better than it is. So it's a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's probably got a similar taste to the others. It's not any worse really, but it's just, there's minimal effort being placed on that one really. Yeah, minimal effort, and it doesn't really come across as white chocolatey. It's all right. It's all right. A lot of these products are disappointing nowadays. Well, I mean, they're not horrible or anything. They're just nothing special. I think that's the problem. Really, and it's a difficult one because when you, as I say, a lot of these products, they're meant as gifts, and you buy them for someone, and someone's not going to hate them because they're a gift. They look okay, it looks nice, it's got a lot of selections in there. You can pick one and you can eat them, and you think, oh yeah, they're not too bad. And it's something for nothing because you've been given it. It looks posh and it looks exquisite. It looks like it's got some something behind it. It's just all style over substance. It doesn't matter really what they're like, because as long as they've got the brand look to it and it looks a bit posh, and it costs a bit of money, that's all that really matters. They don't really, and they just tick the same boxes. Don't do anything that interesting. I don't know what it is. But you could argue that maybe me, I don't know. My palate maybe, I don't know, is not refined enough. Some people might try and argue, you know what I mean, if you're one of these sort of rich billionaires that eats caviar every day for breakfast and stuff, I mean, that, and I might try that caviar and hate it, you know what I mean. Not been brought up on it, so there is that possibility, but I don't think so. I know what's nice to eat sweet wise. I've had many a sweets, as you've seen on the channel. Done 870 reviews now. That doesn't include the lives. Definitely have tasted my fair share of sweet chocolate. Obviously, most of it is just supermarket bought stuff, but nonetheless, it tastes nice. It tastes nice. I think it might not be made with natural ingredients in some cases. That could be half the thing. And again, people could say, oh well, it's not made from, I don't know, a cow that was brought up, being sort of hand fed for 20 years or whatever. By the Queen of England or something like that, you know what I mean? But to me, that doesn't really matter. If it doesn't taste nice or doesn't taste great, that's I don't know. That's all that matters really to me. Generally, anyway. But I will obviously make comments on the appearance and things like this. And these do look nice and the distribution and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just generally at the end of the day, they're just very standard chocolates and they're not really had much thought about them. They just look okay and they sound okay and they tick a few boxes like, oh, we've got this one here that's got this centre, we've got this one here that's that centre, and but they all generally sort of use the same template, so they're all quite similar. But again, it's just very simple. They just flavour the centre difference or the so it's very minimal effort really, but obviously looks like it's been had effort put on it. It's interesting. Tea chocolate board, a tray of line storage. Never heard you so excited for your evil twin. I know, honestly, there's loads in there, wasn't there? Honestly, there's loads. And that's not even all of it, to be honest with you. I've probably got twice as much as that. But the other stuff is just too old now to review, unfortunately, because it was stuff I got way back when, before I was a bit more organised with my reviews. But yeah, there we go. And hi, Anonymous, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, good to see you. There's a few Anonymouses in this channel, so I'm not sure if you're the same Anonymous as other ones. There's one guy called Anonymous, but again, I don't know whether that's you. Because I know sometimes he changes his name as well, so I'm not sure. But hello, good to see you. But yeah, style over substance, yeah, QP, exactly, that's it. So when you appreciate the bottom more, well, this is it. I mean, it's a good point, Rick. It's a very good point. There's nothing like that in here, is there? You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. And it's not, and as you said, that's not an expensive chocolate. Why is there not anything like that in here? Is it because I don't, you know what I mean? Or I mean, maybe they'd have to sort of make it slightly different to make it fit in with the selection. But do you know what I mean? Ah, it's Hans. Hi, Hans. How are you doing? Yes, was it Malaysia or Indonesia you're from? I think it was Malaysia, wasn't it? I think it was Malaysia. Yes, good to see you, Hans. Yes. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, great to see you. Hope everything's all right. I know there's been, I think there was an earthquake in Indonesia, so I don't know if you had any repercussions from that, but hope you're doing okay anyway. Hope everything's all right. Good to see you. Must be quite late where you are. You're not anonymous, just anonymous. Well, it's good to see you, Hans. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. It is good to see you. All right, so what's the next one? We're on the bottom shelf now. Let's see. What have we got? We've got the Senna now. I don't think it's anything to do with the Formula 1 driver. Or is it Sienna? Oh, it's Sienna, isn't it? Okay, Sienna. Okay, there we go. Makes a bit more sense. Cereal Krispies and pistachio filling with dark chocolate. Okay, this one sounds like it could be interesting because it doesn't say it's got any kind of cream in it. It's got crispy pieces in, which is always good for me, I think. Pistachio filling, but the pistachio filling is going to be creamy pistachio, isn't it? Okay. It's going to be creamy pistachio. All right. Okay, let's have a look then. It looks nice though, this one. This definitely has a bit of a good look to it. You can see there again. Again, if it focuses in, there we go. Got a bit of a chocolate top. There's one that had a bit more of a mess on the top. I think it's just because the one chocolate with all the cocoa powder on it kind of went everywhere, I think. This one's better than the other one that I've got. Oh yeah, which is there. I think even the other one's got a slight marking on it. Not as bad though. You can just see a slight marking on it. So yeah, looks nice. This one looks nice. Yeah, okay, let's go down and give it a taste. Yes, this will be your fave. Are you a massive pistachio fan then, QP? I must admit, I like the. I wasn't always a big nut fan, but I did buy a pack of salted pistachios. I think it was pistachios anyway. Those ones where they come in the shell and you've got to sort of take them out of the shell. I think it's pistachios, isn't it? It's sort of half open. Yeah, you're back. Mine's your avocado, yes. Avocado pistachio. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually. It does that similar look, doesn't it? Yeah. There we go. Yes, they're the ones on the QP. Right, yes. Right, yeah. Yeah, I do like those, actually. I wasn't always a nut fan, but yeah, don't know. I like them when they're flavoured, basically. 3.2, 3.3 centimetres in width at the bottom. Width at the top, roughly. About 3.1, so it's just a millimetre or two. And the width at the bottom, about 1.8. Width at the top. This one's melting a bit in my hands, this one. I don't know why. It's a bit melty over the others. About 1.6, 1.7. That's about a millimetre and a half, maybe two. And then we do the height. So the height 1.3, but then with the representation on top, 1.7. Okay. Right. So again, it's going to be another cream one. I envisage. We'll see. Yeah. So it looks like it's got. That's interesting. There we go. So you got that green centre. So what did it say? Avocado cream, pistachio cream filling. Yeah. Well, pistachio filling it said, but looks like a cream. So it's going to probably melt away again. So we'll see. But dark chocolate on the outside could be an interesting one. Could be an interesting one. Ooh, that bit's fallen off. Then I guess that might be green coloured white chocolate. I can get it to focus in again. Doesn't always want to focus in today. I don't know why. I think it's just, I don't know, just likes my hands, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, let's have a see. I just can't get it to focus in. I think you can see what it is, but I'd like it to focus in, you know. I don't know why this is. I don't know why it won't focus in at all. See if I can force it somehow. Probably as good as we're going to get it, isn't it? I think it just likes to focus in on my hands, I guess. I don't know. Can't stop it, that's the only problem. Okay, alright, well, it doesn't want to focus in. Let's see if I can. Sure, I must be able to work it out somehow. Let's have a look. Here we go. What about this? There's nothing else to focus in on now other than the chocolate. Okay, it sort of has, hasn't it? I think it sort of has. But in this case, it doesn't seem to recognise the chocolate, basically. I don't know. Software for you. But there you go. I think you can roughly see the gist of it there anyway. That's enough, probably. Alright, okay. Alright, let's give this a taste then. Down to earth guy, yes. No nonsense. BBQ peanuts. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've always got room for those. This is exactly it, Rick, and I think that's kind of what I was alluding to before. You don't need anything fancy and ridiculous. There are some people who like to pay for that, and that's part of it. They just like the idea of paying for something expensive, I think. I'm not sure. And there's something in that. I know what you mean. It's a treat. You know, it's kind of what makes all these presents work and stuff like that. But I'm the same. You know, I prefer to have, as I say, substance over style, basically. But QP's a fan. Look at that. QP's a fan. Right. Okay. Let's give this one a taste then. All right. Let's go. So again, soft centre as we envisaged, like all the others. It's got dark chocolate there. I've got a bit of crunch. There's like a bit of brittle in there as well, so there's a bit of crunch in there. I think the dark chocolate comes out slightly, actually. I think this is possibly the first one where the outer chocolate has actually had some effect on the chocolate, on the overall taste. So it's not bad. So it actually stands out a bit in all these chocolates. I'll say this is the first one that has actually has a definite impact from the actual chocolate on it. And don't forget, this is meant to be a chocolate selection. As in specifically about the chocolates, dark white and milk. So yeah, I don't know, it's not bad. There's pistachio taste there. There's not really any hardness on the pistachios. The filling does taste of pistachio. It tastes as it's expected to, this one. It's the first one, I think, really, that's kind of, maybe other than the first one, that's really sort of, I don't know. It's quite a simple flavour, though. It's not had to really do too much. It's basically just a pistachio and dark chocolate. And you do get both of those tastes. I get a bit of a crunch in there, but not much. There's a slight crunch. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not going to blow your socks off, though. It's just okay. I don't know. I think the bar's quite low now, unfortunately, and I feel this one stands out quite high because the others have not really been that great at all. And just by the fact it actually tastes like it should do, and has a bit of substance behind it, but nonetheless, the substance isn't that great. It still melts away in your mouth very quickly. Which wouldn't be so bad if all the others didn't do it as well. If it was a one-off and it was just the way it was, you know. But they all do it, unfortunately. It's just okay. I think it's a 3 out of 5. There's just not that much about it. You know, I don't know. I feel like some of these might be more 2.5 out of 5, really. But yeah, this one's definitely probably one of the better ones so far. So it's just okay. It's just all right. Yes, you should make a Canadian order of Chocks and Snacks QP. I think there are a few websites in the UK. Yeah, they are, but they're quite expensive. That's the problem. That's the problem, Rick. You know, you can pay like £6 Well, basically that I think that cherry blossom, for instance, probably costs about £4 or something, which is probably $8, which is probably maybe 10 Canadian dollars. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but yeah, yeah. So American products too. Yes, yes. There we go. Yeah, I know Rick's a big fan of cream eggs. Don't mention cream eggs to him, QP. Don't mention cream eggs to him. Or maybe do. Yep. Yeah, honestly. Okay, right. Let's. Yeah, Rick, they're doing a competition here, by the way, with cream eggs. If you find one that's got half white, half milk chocolates, you'll win, I don't know, £10,000 or something. So I might I might start buying a few and just doing like little openings of them, maybe quick openings. Yeah. But yeah, they're expensive. Exactly, they're expensive. Yeah, there's a pack of these Australian Freddo bars, these little mini frog chocolate bar things. Anyway, you get special ones, raspberry, strawberry thing, whatever it is. Basically, they were selling them individually on these import shops for like £2 each or something. But you can buy a pack of those now that just come in stock from a shop that often gets Australian imports, but not is guaranteed. Basically, you can buy the whole bag with like 12 or 20 of them or something for like £3. So it just shows how much they make. Yes. Yeah, I need to get a box soon. Yes, you do. Certainly do. Yes. Well, if you're going to get a box of 50 of them, whatever you do, yeah, you may as well try and run the prize as well. The advertising campaign at the moment is kind of people sitting there with it saying, "But I want to eat it," even though they'll win a load of money with it. Okay, so we've got the Chocolo now this time. Hazelnut Gianduja, which is another one that appears quite a lot, which is that. Forget it's basically hazelnut spread, I think, basically. Coated with nibbed hazelnuts and smooth milk chocolate. So we've got another one here that's basically a soft centre, as in a liquid centre. So they're all following that same theme, aren't they? So it just makes you think that it's just the same middle, flavoured differently. You know what I mean? Yes, yes. Any other bit? Yeah, have you had any other British snacks? Yeah, so I guess cream eggs, of course, Rick. But yeah, what else have you had? Any others that stood out? Here we go. This is this one. As you can see, lots of chopped hazelnuts on top. I think you know where you stand with this one. It's basically got like a hazelnut spread in the middle. Gianduja, whatever it's called, Gianduja. Yeah, so, okay. Bit of a triangle shaped one, this one, so that's not too bad, bit interesting. Which is probably the reason for its name. So yeah, let's have a look. What does it say? Chocolo, there we go. So I guess that's probably 3 somethings. Anyway, alright. Okay, let's give it a look. So yeah, so not overly... As you've probably told, there's lots of these chocolate selections we do, and a lot of them have very middle of the road chocolates. This one, all of them are like that. So some of them, usually like there's a few of them in some of the other chocolate sets, and you have a couple that are a bit different. But in this one so far, all of them have been that way inclined. They've all had that very generic design, and it's been very disappointing, really. All right, let's have a see then. So we'll do what will we do? We'll do corner to corner. Okay, about 3.4. And then the height. I'll just do another corner to corner just in case. Why not? About 3.2 in this case. So, but some of them are a bit. That one has a bit of a blunt edge. So yeah, don't know. 3.2 to 3.5 it seems. About 1.3 in height. Okay. There we go. Right, so okay, let's give it a bit of a chop then. We're giving it a bit of a look. Give it another look at actually. You can see there lots of chopped hazelnuts. Focused in on this one. Got that sort of conveyor belt bottom. It's an interesting conveyor belt at least with triangles. We dropped it there. Okay, let's have a see. Yes, you love anything Cadbury? Yeah, me too actually. Yeah, but we don't get any other imported brands from your way. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Well, Cadbury is the standout one, really, and it's the one that, yeah, I know you have Cadbury in Australia, well, Cadbury in Canada and Australia, of course, but I think it doesn't tend to be the same, the imported, at least in Australia anyway, the imported dairy milk doesn't taste the same as the UK one. Okay, so it seems to be quite hard, this sensor. We'll see if it melts in the mouth, though, but you can see, again, it's just another, yeah, it's just another sort of soft sensory thing. It looks okay, but, it's not runny or anything like that. I mean, it's just, yeah. All right. Okay, let's give this one a taste. I think we know where we stand with this one before we even taste it, but we'll we'll have to do it. I mean, it's a bit of an uninspiring selection, this one, actually. I must say, it looked quite promising, really, but I think as I say, if you don't eat any chocolates and only get them for your birthday or something like that, or it's just a gift for someone, it's fine. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We are reviewing chocolate here. We do taste chocolate quite frequently, as you've seen. We've reviewed over 10, maybe even 20 of these chocolate selections. So we know what's standard and we know what isn't. You know, yeah. And this one really hasn't had anything that's looked of any interest to me, really, to be honest with you. The appearance-wise, it looks okay, but once you start tasting them, and they all have those very same textures every time. Yeah, I don't know. There we go. Focusing slightly there. So again, it's got chopped hazelnuts in it. Again, it's got that sort of filling that's going to liquefy in the mouth. There we go. All right, let's give it a go. Well, the centre's actually a bit smooth, a bit more truffly rather than just liquefies in the mouth this time. So it's got a bit of a substance to it. But again, it's still that truffly, noisette, praline type centre. It's the same thing, really. It just doesn't quite melt as much. You know, you've got ones that just liquefy in the mouth, and you've got ones that are very sort of soft, very soft truffles, basically. It's all right. I mean, we're getting to the point now where, you know, I feel like we're tasting like variants of the same one every time. So we've got this one, we taste it. Oh, it's not too bad. Taste this one. Oh, it's a bit like the other one, but it's not bad. This one, oh, it's a bit like the other two as well, but okay, it's got white chocolate somewhere. Try this one. Oh, well, it's got a little bit of a, you know, a topper on it, but it tastes like the other ones. You can try the next one. Well, it tastes like a combination of some of the other two. It's okay. Taste the next one. Well, it's actually the same as the last one, but it's got a pistachio flavour. And then you just, you know, they're all the same. You know, it's just very similar. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are After Eights British? Well, is it Nestle that make After Eights? I think Nestle make them. So you know, they are available in the UK. Excuse me, just got to caught in my throat there. They are available in the UK, and we don't import them. So I don't know where. Yeah, so I guess they're British. I don't know whether it's just Nestle. I don't know where they make them or whatever. But yeah, they are a thing here. You know, yeah, basically. And they look quite nice After Eights, actually. So I guess they are, basically. Yeah, they are nice. I like After Eights, yeah. You love every milk chocolate, but don't like dark chocolate, too bitter. Well, it depends what dark chocolate you go for. I mean, it might be just a case of, like you said, all dark chocolates you're not too keen on. But I've found anything below 60% dark chocolate is the way to go, Hans. Yeah, if you ask me. If anything above 60 is a bit too dry and a bit too bitter. But if you try ones that sort of like in the 30s, you know, give those a try. Or dark milk if you get a handle of that, which is essentially, I don't know if it's milk. I don't know if there's milk chocolate in milk in there. I think there probably is. But try those. But I found the ones in the 30%. You know, I think you'd be very happy with. I think the way the ones to go for, a bit different anyway. Give them a try. Cabbage Bourneville, something like that. Which does actually have sort of milk powder, Andrew was saying. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not a fan of too richer ones. They're too dry for me. But the low ones, I'd give them a go anyway. You still might not like them, but I found that they're the ones I kind of tend to like. So 30 to 50 odd percent basically. Dark chocolate. Yeah, give them a go. All right, so what have we got next? The praline mahoney. Not sure how you pronounce this one. Mahoney Marnie. Milk chocolate with nougat fizz. So this is literally... I mean, we've had all the others basically where they've been something with a nougat filling, something with a nougat filling, flavoured with chopped hazelnuts, with something, you know, like some kind of special creme brulee flavour, pistachio flavour, but everything has generally had a nougat filling. This one is basically literally just milk chocolate with nougat. So it's just, so it's not... I don't know... It's as if they've not even bothered with this one. You know, they've literally just said, right, we're not even going to make this one anything at all. It's just literally just milk chocolate. And there's nothing in the nougat in the centre either. So, yeah, all right. Okay, well, this is what we're up against. Apologies for the state of my nails and things, by the way. Just, yeah, there we go. Winter time dries all my skin out and everything. So, yeah, sorry about that. Oh, dear. Just ignore them. Yeah, okay. This is better than normal though. Normally I've just you know, normally they're even worse actually. So yeah, so it's not too bad this time. Okay, all right. I do have some hand cream somewhere to try and help out, but I think I've put it somewhere. And I can't find where it is, and I just keep never getting round to finding it. I think it's in the bag upstairs. Okay, right. I remember when I went to Holland. I keep saying I used to live in Holland. Basically, we were right next to it's quite flat Holland anyway, so any wind does get quite severe. But we're right next to the sea, I think, basically, and it was just so cold. The wind was so cold, and it was cold anyway, because it's quite a bit colder in Holland compared to the UK, is where I was. And I remember it's like -10 or something like that. I was cycling to work, basically, because I didn't, we just cycled. And I just remember I had no gloves either. I just wasn't used to it, so I was wearing like socks on my hands. And I remember my hands were just so dry, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the soap I was using, because I never realised at the time that it was because of the cold weather. My hands were just like paper, and it was horrible. But then I remember some friend I was working with, she told me, "Oh, get some hand cream," and it was just a miracle. It just really cured my hands completely, and yeah. So I've just used it ever since, basically. So like 20 odd years now. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it was not planned. I mean, I just don't want to be horrible or anything, but they're basically, well, imagine the effects of having such dry hands, basically. Skin doesn't really, doesn't stand much of a chance. It was horrible, like having paper cuts everywhere, basically. Yeah. So anyway, if you do get dry hands, hand cream definitely. 2.5 centimeters in diameter. I swear by it now. Honestly, it really does help. 2.4, sorry. There you go, yeah. Same, not bad then, it's quite a perfect square there, or cube. So the height, a bit of a volcanic mountainy look to it. So it does look a bit like possibly a Swiss mountain, so at least they've gone for the theme here. I assume that's what they've tried to do. It's not pointy, of course, but nonetheless. Okay, not bad. Yeah, so just do that one again. About 1.8. There we go. All right. Okay, let's give it a bit of a cut then. Let's see. It does seem to have something in it. It just says it's a. It's got. I mean, it's. Come on, let's see. What did it say? Well, it's got a praline mahoney. It says milk chocolate with nougat filling. Okay, so it does have something in it. It's got like bits of almond in it, basically. I assume. All right, fair enough. So it isn't just straightforward nothingness in it, but nonetheless, I think we could easily say that most of the others have had that kind of filling in them. They've just not been themed around something else. This one just looks like a mountain. All right, okay. Let's give it a lift up. Oh dear. I mean, yeah. It's one of those very odd. I don't know what to make of these chocolate selections. I'm really looking forward to one where they're just really interesting. You know what I mean? And but this one, I don't know. Very very similar all the way through. All right, let's give it a go. Nice crunchy actually. I mean, the chocolate in this one actually does work quite well with it. It's quite a nice, it's quite a sort of milky milk chocolate. But in this case, I feel it works. You can actually taste it. It's like the other one where, so there was one other where, it's pistachio one, wasn't it? Where you could actually taste the chocolate and it actually worked with it. And I think this one is a bit similar in a way. I could taste the milk chocolate. Again, it's got that sort of filling, that middle, which is all cream. It just liquefies in the mouth. It has a nice crunch from the bits of almond in there, though. It's not too bad. Again, it's for this selection, it's a standout. But it's an average one really. In any other selection, it would be one of the more mundane ones. Yeah, so I think this one it's an easy 3 out of 5. It's quite simple to put into to really just sum this one up. Basically, the chocolate outside, the milk chocolate works quite well with the middle. You can taste but you can still taste the milk chocolate, and you can taste the scent. It's got a nice crunch to it. It has something about it. It's actually a reasonable chocolate. You know what I mean? It actually works quite well as a chocolate. It actually works, which unlike some of them in the selection. So it's not bad. It's definitely an average chocolate, really. In another set, you might even say it was you might even be obliged to give it a 2. Well, not obliged, but you might be inclined because of the way it stands. It's quite average to all the others. You might even be a 2.5. I don't know. It's a difficult one to say. I'm trying to be consistent. It's hard to know for sure whether you're always consistent. But I feel like I try not just to knock things down because it's a worse one in the set. So I might retract what I said there. Really, I think I'm probably wrong to say that. I mean, it is a 3 out of 5, and I don't like to sort of knock ones down because as I say, I like to be consistent throughout the selection. So yeah, I think ignore what I said there. 3 out of 5, yeah. So not too bad. As I said, it's better than the others in the set, but it's not enough. It doesn't stand out enough to be in a 2.5. It's still an average chocolate. Yeah, it's not bad, that one. It was quite nice. As I say, an average chocolate is a 3 out of 5, which is still a nice chocolate. you know, yeah, anything below average is just still probably potentially quite nice, just not as good as the average chocolate on the street. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was all right, that one. It worked as a chocolate and it wasn't unpleasant. The milk chocolate was nice. It wasn't too much of it to make it too sickly. The middle had a nice bit of bristly crunch to it from the nougat, the almonds basically. But it's still liquefied. It was still like all the others. It didn't stand out much. I think that's what I was trying to say before. It still tastes very similar to all the others. It's still like all the others. There's nothing really stand out about it other than the fact that it just works a bit better than the others, really. So 3 out of 5, yeah. Well, there we go. Right, so we've got 2 more. Let's see. So you never know. We might save the best 2 till last. Finest dark. Finest dark. It's in a wrapper, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was right. I said it doesn't look like dark chocolate to me. It's on the calice this time, or calice. I'm not sure if it's Italian and pronounced differently. Finest dark chocolate encasing a rich hazelnut cream. And chopped hazelnuts. Where have we seen that before? Chopped hazelnut, the Triancolo nibbed hazelnuts. We've got hazelnuts elsewhere. I mean, some of them have got hazelnuts, don't even mention it really. Most of these have had some kind of hazelnuts in them, and I'm just looking at them now, and they don't really sort of say it. Like the Triancolo had it in. You're looking at them now, not many have said hazelnuts. So the contest, hazelnut crack once. They've all sort of, I don't know, come across. Even the torta chocolate had a hazelnut taste to it, which was a bit odd. But anyway, it doesn't appear that much hazelnuts, but nonetheless, it doesn't, you know, well, the gianduja or whatever is basically hazelnut, wasn't it? Yeah, but that is again in the Triancolo. Don't know. Anyway, what I was trying to say is it just doesn't say, based on all the others we've tasted, it doesn't stand out that much. But I guess hazelnut wasn't prominent in the other ones. Hazelnut cream, chopped hazelnuts. Looks like the last one will be a winner. Okay, I'm not gonna read the description of that one yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna save myself for a nice surprise. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Rick. Fingers crossed. Saved the best one to last by accident. So let's see. All right, let's give this one a go. Which one is this one? This is one in the wrapper. So usually the ones in the wrapper are always good. But in fact, I found that the ones in the wrapper actually, I used to think they were always the special ones, but the reason for them being in the wrapper generally is because they've not bothered with any kind of special design. So they just put them in the wrapper because they don't look very good. And that's the reason they do it. So they're not actually as good as I used to think they were when I was younger. All right, so let's have a look. So it's just going to look like a square block with nothing special on it, this one basically. Okay. Right, let's give it an open then. As I say, that's not too bad actually. It's not bad. I think that looks okay. I don't think they needed. Well, it doesn't look like professional quality chocolate. I mean, but it looks interesting. Yeah. Well, hi there, Hen. Glad you're still about. Yes, you'd rather have some Nutella and bread than some kind of hazelnut chocolate. Yeah, well, I think I think you've hit the nail on the head there, pretty much, Hen. I think. You know, this is it. You know, you don't have to be all pretentious about it. You know what I mean? You've got a massive tub of hazelnut spread. You know, I think it's just this style over substance, like we said before. It's a gift for someone. You know, they're not going to complain at a gift that has a reasonable taste. And you think, oh yeah, that reminds me of hazelnut spread or whatever. You know, but yeah, like you say, yeah, I think you've pretty much hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, hope you're doing all right, by the way. Good to see you still here. So thank you for your support. Okay, let's have a see. Right, so we've got 1.2. I'll just do the height. Was the height, wasn't it? It's okay. So we'll do the width. I think it looks okay. This one, I quite like the look of it. I feel like yeah, okay. It doesn't look amazing. You know what I mean? So I can understand why they might have covered it up. 2.3, 2.2. So yeah, okay, slightly different. All right. Yeah, there's no real. Yeah, okay. They've clearly not made much of an effort really. It's just they've had like a slab of it and they've just chopped it up, basically. All right, there we go. Let's give it a bit of a chop. I think we can see the dissection. There's probably not much point chopping it, but we will do just in case. Yeah, so it's basically the same. All right. So sort of hazelnut spread filling, pretty much. Chopped hazelnut pieces. Okay, did it say dark chocolate on the outside? Dark chocolate, finest dark chocolate. It says. Okay, let's give it a lift up. Yeah, difficult to rate these selections because obviously, as I say, they are meant to be gifts and things. So you know, you've got to take that into account. But yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute, I think. Okay, well here we go. Let's give it a go then. Let's see what it's like. again, it's that sort of semi-soft, well, soft filling, but semi-liquidy filling. Chopped hazelnuts, you know, it has a bit of a rich taste. It doesn't really taste that hazelnutty. To be honest with you, well, I'll tell a lie, it does, but what I was expecting was a bit more hazelnutty taste from it. I don't know, as in the filling, the sort of liquidy sense. It doesn't. It just it's as if you just had the chopped hazelnuts without any hazelnut flavored filling, basically. Is I think what I'm getting at. So it's called hazelnut cream, but yeah, I think like Hen said before, you know, you would definitely get more. I think you get more from a spread of Nutella on some bread or toast. Yeah, than this one. Although obviously it does have chopped hazelnuts, so maybe if that's something you're after, it's all right. This one, I don't know. I mean, you can't really, I don't get much of a dark chocolate from it, to be honest with you. I don't think there's much going for this one at all, really. It really doesn't taste of anything. There's no real substance behind it. You get a bit of chopped hazelnuts, but basically get a bit of chopped hazelnuts, and that's really all you're getting. You're not really getting much else. Obviously there is something there from the chocolate itself or whatever. You get some kind of taste, but there's not much there, to be honest with you. It's a really bland one, this one, I would say. I've tasted the exact same in many other chocolates, in many other selections, in many regular chocolate bars. You know, it's there's nothing. You know what I mean? If you imagine just having a Ferrero Rocher would have much more going on than this. You know, and it does. You know what I mean? It does. Yeah, it's a 2 out of 5, that one. There's just nothing to it. It's the minimum. It's really poor, that one, to be honest with you. You could even be a 1. I might even say a 1.5 out of 5 for that one. Really, it's just so. There's just nothing. It's really lazy. There's just nothing about it. You can't really taste much. You just get chopped hazelnuts in a sort of chocolatey type surround. You know, there's nothing really going for that one at all. It's very, very mundane, that one. It's minimal, really, minimal effort for that one. I've said that before in a selection, but yeah. I don't know. We are getting towards the end, you know. So there is the fact that yes, okay, last chocolate syndrome more or less could be coming into effect now, but and more the fact that we've tasted 8 other chocolates that have been more or less the same, but perhaps had a bit more going for it. So there is that as well. We have to bear that in mind. But nonetheless, yeah, there's nothing really exciting to say about that one at all. Yeah, just I don't know. Right, well, hopefully Rick has said he's got high hopes for the last one, so fingers crossed, Rick, fingers crossed. Let's have a see. What have we got? Scarlet White. Well, it looks nice. Look, I thought it was a bit of a fried egg at first. I thought they were like jokey designs at one point, but rich almond cream and a combination of milk and white chocolate shell topped with a caramelized almond. Well, it does sound more exciting. Definitely sounds like there's more going on with it. Almond cream, though, unfortunately, in a combination of milk and white chocolate shell, so it's got something there. Topped with a caramelized almond. So unfortunately we might get a lot of almond taste here, but it definitely looks a special one, this one. There we go. You can see I've clearly got a almond on top, and there's definitely an almond there, and it says it's caramelized. That should be quite good. You can see that the white chocolate thick on the top, but you can see how it isn't as thick on the sides. You can see the way that it's not as quite as there's a darkness coming through it. Not consistent with the covering then. It's not the first one to have that. We had another white chocolate one that had that problem, the creme brulee one as well. A bit more so in this one, but you can see the top. You know, isn't as white is whiter than the sides, and it's only a thin layer at the top, so it's even thinner at the sides. So, you know, okay. And how did I get you? Good to see you back. Hope you're doing all right. Yes, good to see you back. Always like your your little pictures. Always very nice. Oh, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Right, what are you going to do with the leftovers? Well, I mean, I've not seen many friends lately because of just the situation going on at the moment, so I've been trying to be a bit more sensible, really. But, yeah, usually I will give them to friends and things, or I nibble them over time, basically. I nibble them over the time, yeah, so that's it. But I won't be overly fussed about nibble. I've still got some left over from the Merci selection I did. Yeah. On the picture, it looked better. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Yeah. But you know, there is something about it. A lot of the others haven't had that much of a look to it. But yeah, it might taste nice. We'll see. I'm not too bad, Gatch. I'm not too bad at all, thank you. Yeah, I hope you're doing all right as well. Hopefully 2022 is still going well for you. Yes, fingers crossed. Oh, what have you been up to today? Anything nice? Okay, let's have a look. Right. Let's give this one a bit of a measure then. Well, yeah. All right, let's have a see then. Let's give this one a measure. Okay, so measure the width. So 10 chocolates in the selection, but they're all the same, you know, so pretty much. Okay, 4.7 centimeters there. The height without the nut, 1.3. With the nuts, nut's not flat, but we'll do it from the top, about 2 almost. Okay, and the width looks a bit like a canoe. This one, let's have a see. About 2.1. And at the more towards the end, about 1.3. Okay, let's give it a bit of a chop. I won't chop it down. Well, I won't chop it down the middle of the nut because, in fact, yes, I will. If I can. Can I? Is it going to fly off? No. Okay, not bad. The nut's coming off on one of them. Okay, so it doesn't look too bad, but you can see the white chocolate's not massively thick. I do feel that the white chocolate is going to be lost. You can see the milk chocolate. Well, milk chocolate. I don't know if that's milk chocolate in the middle there. It's like a sort of base on the outside, a very thin layer of something. What is milk chocolate? So, yeah, you should see. Almond cream. It's just going to be mainly almond flavour in this. I think there's an almond on top of it, and there's an almond cream in the centre. We're not going to taste any milk or white chocolate in this one. And I think even those could, you know, sort of like counterbalance each other. But there we go. There you go. So there's bits of little bits in the cream, lots of bits of almond maybe. All right, let's give this a taste then. Let's see if it does stand out. I think I'll say it's just going to be lots of almondy tastes that we've had elsewhere. But you do get a full almond in this one, so well, at least half of one. Because it's cutting. Oh no, here's a full almond, isn't it? All right, let's give it a go. Caramelized almond. Let's give it a taste. Just had a bit of a crunch. The almond. It's not too bad. You could argue you get a bit of white chocolate in there. And the almond cream is quite subtle, but nonetheless, it's quite. Yeah. Again, you're getting like a soft. You're not getting any substance on the chocolate like with all these. There's no bite to any of the chocolate really. None of it's quite thick. It's all soft. They're all soft centres. So, just getting a bit of a creamy taste for this one. Just a very creamy taste. I guess it's got an almondy tang to it, but it's just a bit creamy really. Yeah. This one's all right. It's just very similar to all the rest. It's basically just a creamy centre that has a slightly almond taste. It's got a bit of a crunch from the almond itself, but it's not massively almondy, this one. I feel like some of the others have come across as a bit more almondy. I don't know. I'm worried about last chocolate syndrome in this one, but I don't feel there's much to this one either, really. I feel like I think it's probably a 2.5 out of 5. It's just, there's not really much to it. I don't get much white chocolate. I don't get much milk chocolate from it. I get just a creamy taste from it and a creamy centre and a bit of crunch from the nut on top. I don't get much from that one really, I must say. It's mainly just almond, So again, a bit of a disappointing one. It's very similar to all the others. Again, it just has a little tang of something else, a bit of almond, the crunchy almond on it. But yeah, nothing special really. So as for the overall set, well, this one's not going to rate very highly, guys. I think you've worked this one out. I got pretty tired of the selection. I think halfway through when when they were quite all the same, there was just clearly no difference on any of them. It's one of the worst selections. I would say this. I think maybe the Amazon one that had was a bit poor because that was, you got about 5 billion chocolates in that one, but they were very similar as well. I feel like that one though was you kind of expected it to an extent, and I think there was a bit more substance to those chocolates actually. You got some of the chocolate, Like in this one's a milk, white and dark chocolate selection, and I don't really feel like I've got that. I've just got loads of, not even things that are cream, I've just got loads of like soft, nutty, mundane, nondescript centres really. They're not, it's just been a very poor selection. Yeah, it really has. I don't know. I mean, you're not going to dislike it. This is the problem with all these selections, and I think this is how they get away with it. You're not going to dislike this selection. You'll get it. And it looks nice, and it looks nice on paper, and you can just pinch one or two. because what's going to happen, as I say, you're going to get given this as a gift, so you're not going to. It's going to be a bonus anyway. And you probably share it with some people. You know, the person who's bought you the gift will probably pinch a few, and then you'll have some yourself. So you won't have all of them. But you know, yeah, even so, you know what I mean. You won't dislike them either. That's the thing. You won't. They're not. There's nothing here to dislike really. They're just really sort of poor. You know, it's just a really poor attempt at chocolates. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, Henny, it is a shame. They look quite promising. I mean, they do look nice, and as I say, you're not gonna begrudge being given this, you know. But I think really things like roses exist, Cadbury's roses, you know, even Quality Street, and I think they just have more about them than this. And I wouldn't really say they're particularly. I do like them a lot, but I wouldn't say they're particularly amazing chocolate selections. You know, they're quite, you know what I mean. But they do have nice ones in there that are a bit different and something a bit. You know, I'll get the strawberry one that tastes a lot different than this one down here. You know, and this one's got a bit chewy, or this one's got a bit of a nut in. This one, you know, they're all very different, or more different anyway. And this one's all the same. You know. Like I say, there's some unique things coming your way. By the way, nothing is Canadian and no prawns or hazelnuts. Oh, thank you so much. Rick sent me a parcel of stuff, by the way. Yeah, so my address is in Discord, by the way. I can give it to you in Discord if you join Discord, by the way. So yeah, it's possible to send me some stuff. So yeah, so that's how he's doing it. Oh, thank you so much, Rick. Can't wait for that. Thank you so much. Very nice of you again, as I say. Really nice of you. Oh, looking forward to that. I really am. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, so this one, I don't know what to give it really. I mean, it's what I do like about it. The things I like about it, you get 3 of each chocolate. The distribution is perfect, which is good. You get quite a lot of chocolates in there. What do you get? 32, I think. Is it 32? 8, 16. No, I don't think that's right. Is it 3 of each chocolate and there's 10 chocolates, so 30 chocolates presumably. Yeah, so 30 chocolates. Yeah, so not. Yeah, you get quite a lot in there. It's not, and they're not, you know. See, the distribution is good. You get a lot in there, but the differentiation between chocolates is so narrow. It's so poor. None of them taste particularly good at any of the things they're doing, and they've missed like the creme brulee one. You know, they've literally got one that has something that's as a vague semblance to a creme brulee topper, but that's not the creme brulee one. Why is that not on the creme brulee one? You know, why is that top not on this creme brulee? You know, and that's the only one that they've kind of, that stands out as being something a bit different, you know, something that's actually something. You know, there are some others that pretend to be or whatever. They've got like posh names, but they're not really anything. And that's the only one that kind of, you know, comes across as being something really. And it doesn't even manage that. So it's really, really poor, you know, it's just poor. I don't really know what to say about this one. I don't think there's much to redeem this one. It's a really poor. I mean, it looks nice. You know, it's going to be appreciated as someone if you get it for a gift. But there's so much better out there. I think there's barely anything worse than this one. I think maybe the only one that I would say is probably, you know, questionable as to whether it's better or not is probably the Amazon one. I forgot what it was called now. Was it? There was an Amazon one. It was called like, I don't know, Choco Belly or something like that. So they weren't great, but even those had something a bit more substantial about the chocolates to them. You know, they were all similar. They were like this one, all similar. But I think they had more substance. So even those I think might be better, but they don't have the presence about them. They don't look a bit as special as these. But yeah, just really poor this one. I think, you know, maybe if I reviewed these a year ago. Well, I'll say that if I reviewed them a year ago and hadn't reviewed as many, I might have said these were 2 out of 5. But I don't think I can give them that. I think this has got to be a 1.5 out of 5. It's just a really poor selection. You could argue that you can bump it up half a mark for the fact that it looks nice and stuff like that. But I don't think I can. I mean, they all look nice, these chocolate selections. You know, I don't think I can really give it that benefit anymore. Just really, really poor. Yeah. Really poor selection. I'm not impressed with this one at all. The only reason it's not a 1, I don't really give things below a 1, by the way. I could do, but I don't generally. Well, I've never done. The only reason it's not a 1 is because it doesn't taste horrible. I think only things that, you know, maybe things that start to taste actually, you know, actively not very nice are 1-star ones. So this one at least has some nicety about it. But as a chocolate selection as a whole, I know all the individual ones I gave 2s and 3s and things, they weren't bad, but as a chocolate selection, I just don't think there's much going for it really. I really think it's a poor chocolate selection. I really do, yeah. So not very good that at all. Very poor. It looked nice. It looked nice. As Hen said, it looked nice. Yeah. disappointing, that one. Disappointing. You get, and the problem is, this is the first one I think where I've actively got relatively bored eating them. You know, normally there's always something a bit different, and you think, oh yeah, well, this one looks interesting. There's just nothing about this one at all. They literally, it was so mundane in almost every single way. Yeah, not, you know, and I'm on a diet at the moment as well, by the way. I'm literally dieting at the moment, so I should be massively. I've not had any chocolate. All I had before today was 2 rounds of toast, so I should be well excited for anything chocolatey. I've not had any chocolate all week. Well, I've had a couple actually. I do tell a lie, but only as a very special treat, you know, when I've had not much all day. So I should be very much ready for this, very much ready. So to say that I'm on a diet, and you know, and I've not really had that many nice chocolate. I've sort of like been finishing off the Oreo white chocolate eggs, which I haven't released the review yet, but let's just say I wasn't massively a fan of those. Yeah, so it wasn't even anything exciting that I was having either. So, you know, it's not like I can even say, you know, that could have prepared me for being disappointed. It really wasn't. Yeah, just really disappointing. Really disappointing. Yeah. But I think it's Heathrow now. Ah, great stuff. Yeah, please do. I'll get in touch with the company as well that will handle it as well. And yeah, thanks, Rick. Thanks. I'm really looking forward to them. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of those chocks, yeah. Honestly, oh dear. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, they're not horrible. Let's put it out. They're not horrible. They're just really uninspired and they're really mundane and average. I don't know. They really are so uninspiring. Yeah. I would not waste them. I mean, you know, the thing is, you get them as a gift for someone, and they will enjoy them, be grateful for them. But they really are. They're just so, they're not, as I said, I must emphasise, they're not horrible. They're just really mundane, and they're all the same. Individually, they taste okay, but they're all the same pretty much, just with slight differences or pretend differences. You know, there aren't really differences. You know, one might have a bit of a white chocolate on the outside, but you can't really taste it. Only in a couple of them you can really you can actually taste the chocolate come through. Yeah. We know the feeling after some days diet, anything sweet. Well, exactly, yeah, Joe. Yes, anything sweet tastes great. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So, you know, these haven't even benefited from that. So it proves that, you know, they're just not exciting at all. Even a banana, yeah. Even healthy stuff. Yeah, exactly. This is it. Yeah. Although I quite like bananas. Well, yes, yeah, but I know what you mean. Even then, so yeah. So the problem with fruit is every now and again you'll get into them and you'll feel they're quite nice. And then you'll have one that's like overripe or something like that, and it really puts you off them. Yeah. So there we go. Oh, there we are. Oh. Hi there, Flack. I hope you're doing okay. Good to see you. Yeah, you just caught the end basically. We're just finished now. Yes, hope you're doing all right. But good to see you. But yes, that wraps that one up, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Probably not the best selection, but maybe save you some money on it anyway, so you don't buy this one. I would recommend almost any other selection, really. Well, that I've reviewed anyway. Obviously, ones I've not reviewed, I can't guarantee. But yeah, so yeah, avoid this one. Not a good one at all. It's just not. Individually, they're okay. There's nothing wrong with them. But as a set, it's the only thing it's got going for it is the fact that the distribution is pretty good. But I think that should be a standard thing anyway, as far as I'm concerned. So it isn't, unfortunately, but it should be. Yeah. But there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Really good to chat to you all again. I'll say Joe, yes, Rick. Hen, of course, Gotcha. Yes, and Anonymous. Well, Hans. QP, Alton. No, if I was in, actually, was he? No, he wasn't in. Yes, who was I thinking of? Andrew, that was it. Yes, Andrew. Yeah, really good to see you all again. Really good to see you. And Joe, of course, I think I mentioned you as well. Really good to see you all. Hope you're having a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back on Wednesday for a Stash Watch, most likely. Hopefully, to do the first what's it called? Top 20 videos, top 20 chocolates of 2021 on this Friday coming. I'll probably do it as a premiere. So yeah, I'm trying to get up for 7 p.m. Friday, but I can't advertise it until it's actually up there. So if you expect it to be there, it should be there, but it might only get there at 5 p.m. or something like that. So, but it should be there. So there we go. Yeah, so there we are. I might do a vote this week. I might try and do a Sainsbury's live review next week because I've got a load of Sainsbury's chocolate. I'd like to get that reviewed, really. I think it's not right to sort of just, you know, not review it. So I might just do a Sainsbury's live next week. So I hope you don't mind that. But it will be good to see. But it will be the standard affair. But it'll be nice to see. So I would like to try and do that. So before because, yeah, you can only have chocolate for so long, basically. So I might try and do that. So I think it might just be a Sainsbury's live next week. But we'll see. So hopefully you won't mind that. But yeah, thanks so much, Joe. Have a great Saturday too. I hope you managed to cool down a bit. But yeah, have a great Saturday. Have a great Saturday. Well, really great to talk to you. There is a 6 second delay, so might be gone by the time your message comes through. So I do apologise for that. But yeah, I'm not ignoring you. But yeah, have a great have a great weekend. And thanks so much for watching, for all your support. Take care, and I'll see you again. Oh, thank you so much, Han. Yeah, no problem at all. Really glad that you could make it. Really good to see you, and hope to see you next time. Oh, thanks, Hen. See you soon. Nice name, by the way. Well, you must tell where you're from, Hen, anyway, because I don't know if I asked you that, but anyway, yes. Interesting. I might still be about. If you do put it in the chat, I'll still probably see it and might be able to reply. But if I've gone, but yeah, really great to see you, and hope you have a great weekend as well. Thank you so much, Hen. Take care, on. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.